She first. First, leader, greatness, hope, and dreams. Women have defied the norm and pushed through the barricades to change culture, technology, and life as we know it. Come listen to our weekly podcast and be inspired by the incredible stories of women and how they managed to be the first in a world that encourages women to be second. What are you waiting for? Be first. She is strong, she is deliberate, she is brave. She first. All right, thank you so much for joining us today on the She First podcast. I am so excited for today's conversation. It's been a good run. Today is going to be our last episode for season 1. Look forward to putting together season 2. For today's episode, we're going to have a very special guest with us. It's going to be a little different. We are going to have somebody who is not necessarily female, but has a huge has had a huge impact on my life, is a huge contributor to who I am and my future. It's been a roller coaster, and I'm excited to have my best friend, my fiance, and someone that I think has a really good view when it comes to a man's perspective, being with a female that has run the spotlight and is a she that is been first or is first. Okay, so Tyrone, go ahead and take the floor. Go ahead and maybe just talk about yourself, who you are, how we met, and just a little explanation on who you are.
Okay, thank you for having me. My name is Tyrone Foster. I was born in Manchester, grew up in Kingston. After I finished high school, I went back to Manchester. I am the first for my mom and the second for my dad out of six. Five brothers and one girl out of six of us.
So you said Manchester, you said Kingston. For those that are not good with the geography, what country are we talking about?
There, Kingston, which is known for the capital of Jamaica.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's what
it's
I was
urban
looking
and
for.
rural.
That's what I was looking for. What country are you? Are you from
Yeah.
Kenya? Are you from Uganda?
No. It's not.
Yeah. So my fiance is Jamaican, and hence the accent. But he is. I think his perspective will bring a lot of knowledge to our listenership. So it's going to be a little bit different that we're going to do this. There's a couple questions that he's going to answer. I put out a question. I requested for questions to be sent in for the final episode, and I think it will be interesting for the both of us to answer these questions, and just a quick here and there on what we think about these things. One thing you forgot to mention, baby, is how did we meet?
Okay, we met at Winners in Ancaster. A day I will never forget.
So why is it that you say you never forget this day?
It's a very special day for me, meeting the love of my life, my fiance, wife to be.
Okay. I feel like there's more to this meeting, but I guess that's as much as Tyrone wants to give when it comes to information. Um, but from my perspective, it was very random. And I honestly did not really expect it to go any further, if I'm honest. And this definitely speaks to the idea that sometimes God brings people your way when you least expect it, because I had at that point, for lack of a better word, given up on trying to find that one person, but it just happened. So yes, it was random, but at the same time, I can say it was something that God put together in His timing. So for those out there who are worried, oh, when is he coming, when is the right person coming. I think the best answer to that, and it's very cliche, is you will know when that person comes your way, regardless of how, when, where, you will know. But he's a good man, and I think that in itself spoke to who I am and what I value. Um, Henceforth, the conversation kept going, and here we are. So that's good. Thank you so much for elaborating on that very very asked question, because so many people did ask that. All right. You did build on your background being a Jamaican and where you grew up. Can you maybe speak on your work, what you do for work? What are your passions? What do you like doing? Just so that we can get a little bit of an understanding on who you are.
Yeah, I do drywall taping. We do the joints on the wall when the drywall actually go up. We do we tape the joints and coat it for the painter actually to come in and paint it.
So you kind of like do the finishing work on the houses, ready
Yeah,
for.
going yeah. Yeah, and I also like to play soccer. Well, FIFA also, which is a big man game, not a child game. Yeah, and I go to church.
Yeah, yeah, church is definitely important. And I am very proud of the fact that we do pray together, because God is really important for both of us. So is there anything else that you can speak to that defines Tyrone and who you are, or any more hobbies or things you like doing?
Also, I like swimming, going to the beach, and having fun, chilling with the family and stuff.
Nice. Okay. That's good. Good to know. It's a little bit of an expansion on who you are. So you did mention we met at Winners. Was very random. Quick question to that. What can I say made you keep talking to me or wanting to get to know me better or build a relationship with me per se?
Yeah, you are very beautiful, first of all.
Oh, thank you.
You are educated. You have a nice personality. You are also God fearing, and you know what you want in life.
So kind of those were the things we are looking for
Yeah.
in a person.
Yep.
And I can say the same applies for me, because I've talked to so many guys, and most of them, but all about the talk, and they show up and they're showing off, but none of them actually had a steady goal. And some of the things you were talking about, for the future, were things as, praying about in a
Yeah.
husband, a future husband. So for the young ladies out there, and I think this comes with the trait of, being really goal oriented, is wanting to find someone that can complement you with the values that you have, and what you're looking for in a man. Appreciate that. Thank you so much for saying those things about me, babe. Um, okay. Another question that was asked, me being the firstborn, or me having been the first, like, I don't know, president and vice president and all that, did that in any way intimidate you, or put you in a place of like, I don't know if I should talk to this girl, she's out there, she's outspoken, because you're very quiet, you don't say much. Wasn't that something that put you in a position of like, I don't know if I can handle this person?
No, I did not think about that. And you being a firstborn is actually great because you have to lead by example for
Mm-hmm.
your sisters,
Mm-hmm.
the younger one that follow you.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't look at it that way.
Okay, so you more or less looked at it as an advantage.
Yeah, advantage.
Okay. Because sometimes, and I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, most guys that I hear, some of them anyways, do speak about, girls like me, having a problem finding men because we intimidate men or anything like that?
If it was more for a last born, then I would say something. Because last born are always spoiled.
Ooh, Karen, I don't know if you're hearing this, but interesting perspective. All right. Next question that was asked: is there anything you have learned from me? Per se?
Yes, budgeting
Mm-hmm.
and how to pray. Because we used to pray like, Our Father who art in heaven.
Mm-hmm.
And then you said, no, when you're praying, you should speak to God.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're speaking to someone, which I'm speaking to someone, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, tell him,
How you feel
how
and
you
like,
feel,
yeah.
what you need,
Mm-hmm.
health, strength. Yeah.
That's interesting. So more or less budgeting.
Yeah, I couldn't budget. I was a spender.
Mm-hmm. And how to pray. Per se, are the two things you can, say that are the things you learned
Yeah.
from me. I've learned a lot from you as well. And I think that the one thing that women like me sometimes forget is how to calm down and relax. Because Tyrone is very like laid back. And sometimes I need to relax and look at things from a distance and observe, which I do sometimes, but I think he's really good at it. So I have learned how to do that as well. Also, um, another thing I've learned from you, and I think women also need to learn how to pick your battles as well, because sometimes as a firstborn you want to go and or the first, you are go-getter, you want to go.
Yeah.
But one thing I've learned from you, I can say, and I think is good for everyone, why I just understand and learn what battles to fight, which you're pretty good at. The next question is, what do people misunderstand about you the most, based off your personality or who you are?
Hiding my emotions, failing to listen, and seemingly shy.
That's true. If you look at Tyrone, you might think he's really shy, but that is a huge misunderstanding because he's quiet. And I think that's another thing as, women that are outgoing. I originally in the beginning actually thought Tyrone was really shy, but then we started talking and I was like, no, this guy is not shy at all. But yeah, that's a misunderstanding that people think of. So when you say hiding your emotions, why would people think that of you?
Yeah. To be honest, I don't really show my emotion.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm angry, sad, want to cry, I won't show it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that doesn't take away from the fact that you do feel these things.
No, it does not take away the fact.
Yeah. Okay. All right. But you are outgoing when you want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can be. And I think, and it's so funny, most people that I know, well, women that I know who are as out there as I am, most of their significant others are actually like super laid back and like quiet and
Yeah.
one word guys.
Yeah, I'm the one word person.
Yeah,
You ask me a question, I just answer and I don't really build on a convo.
Yeah. The next question is, what is your favorite childhood memory? What's one memory you can say, this memory as a child growing up, I will never forget it because it was my favorite?
Okay, the first is playing with friends, receiving gifts, and the first and last day of school. Also, childhood memory. There's one instant me and my dad was going to bush to move cows and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he saw one of his friend. He was going fasting.
Mm-hmm. Like how Christians fast?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So my dad said, Rob, you eat, man. He was like, no, I don't eat from morning, man. My dad said, yes, you eat. He said, no, I don't eat. Then my dad said, "How is mango on a beard?" And he was like, "Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you."
So wait. He said how is there what?
Mango on his beard.
Oh, so he had mango like.
Yeah. He was like, "Oh, thank you, man, thank you."
Was he like going to church or something?
Yeah, he was going to church.
And he was claiming he was not eating all day.
Yeah. For some reason, I find it funny, and I never forgot that day. It was funny. Each time I remember about it, I just laugh. And I was young.
The first time you told me that story, for like a second, I'm like, so because we're talking about fasting and like church and stuff, and then you told me that story, I'm like, mango on the beard, and I'm like, oh, so like mango has like juice and stuff.
Yeah,
and
so
you can see it dried up on his beard.
Yeah. So my dad was telling him, "How you going fasting and eat?" And he was there and said, "No, I didn't eat." And I said, "Yes, mango on the beard." And I was like, "Thank you, man, thank you."
And I cleaned it up.
Yeah.
And then went to church.
That's
interesting.
Yeah, I can't forget that day, man.
All right, that's actually interesting. Being a hypocrite, eh? This man was just saying he hadn't eaten all day and gone to church and then. All right, that's a good one. The next question is: if you could be remembered for one thing, what would it be?
I would like to be remembered for my hard work. Once I start a job, I finish it to the best of my ability. And also, hard work is the key to success.
You're really hardworking.
I am.
Yeah, and as a future husband and future father, I think it's a good quality for the ladies out there to look in for a man. 'Cause, when a man works and he goes to work and he makes his money, not that we're trying to look for gold diggers, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like you having a man who works and has his own money, has his own stand, I think it's an attractive quality, and I do think it is something you can be remembered by for sure. I can say you are. You're also very generous.
Generous, right? And the list goes on.
Yeah,
Could write a book.
Oh, could write a book. No, but I do think you are very kind and generous, and I hope sometimes when people are like kind and generous like you, sometimes people take advantage of that. But I can say for a fact you are very kind and generous. You do have your cheerful moments.
Yeah,
for sure. Very low key, high moments of cheerfulness. But thank you for that. The next question: what is the best compliment you've ever gotten?
I am handsome, and my lips are nice.
Who gave you those compliments?
Hmm?
Who gave you those compliments?
Ladies, of course.
Oh gosh, you are a very good looking man. All right. The next question is: tell me about the 3 most influential people in your life and how they impacted you.
My mom, my dad, and my wife.
Okay. Future
Well,
wife.
fiance. Mistake. I keep on saying my wife. Fiance.
I will be soon. So. Okay, so do you mind just building on how these 3 people have impacted your life and why you would say they're the most influential to you?
My mom, she teach me what I say, how to be humble, manageable, do the right thing, always make sure we go to school, put you in the right path. We're never in bad company. My dad is more of a hardworking. He's all about hardworking for him towards us. He wasn't the type to say, okay, do this, go like what my mom would do, protective, but he was all about hardworking, make sure we work for what we want and stuff. Yeah. And my wife now, she's always supportive. Anything I want to do, she support me 100.
I do, because I figured, I don't know, watching my parents be married for the years they've married, I think they're a good team.
Yeah.
And I would like that for the both of us for sure. Okay. That's a good explanation.
Yeah, so things that I do, I think about them before I do it because I don't want to let them down.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have come a long way, never been in trouble,
Yeah,
never
that's
get
true.
arrested.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so most things, not most, yeah, most things I do, I think about them before I do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to make them proud.
That's another thing about just putting this out there for the ladies listening, the single ladies out there. One thing that I did have on my list for my future husband was he made sure he wasn't arrested before, because I don't know, I think having a man that understands the law, right, and not one for trouble is really important, right?
Yeah.
All right, that's a good build up on that. Appreciate that. The next question is, if you could live anywhere in the world, where could that be?
Spain. For some reason, I like Spain. I don't know if because of Real Madrid.
Yeah. But I thought your team was Manchester United.
Yeah, in England.
Oh, my bad. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really fancy England, but I fancy Spain. Yeah.
There is some beautiful places out there.
Very much so.
Okay. It's interesting. Okay. All right. The next question is, if you could have coffee with any historical figure, who would you choose?
We'll choose Nelson Mandela.
Oh, okay. And why would that be?
I would ask him why he went to jail for 20 years, leaving his wife and kids for so long. Yeah.
That is crazy. I bet he's going to tell you, fighting for that freedom and everything. But would that more or less be along the lines of what was he thinking as a man?
Yeah, what was that? Me, I definitely would not do that. Yeah, I would not. 20 years is long.
That's long.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. For me, I feel like, I know it's a one-time opportunity, but I'd like to sit down with someone like, I don't know, Michelle Obama. Because I think Michelle Obama she must have, she's the first Black first lady.
I would even sit with Obama.
True.
And ask how it feel to become the first Black president. Yeah.
Both of them, it would be a good conversation.
Yeah.
Because God willing, I will have Michelle Obama on here. But it would be an interesting conversation just to hear what they have to say, and especially talking directly to me and you, it would be interesting to hear what they had to say. I know there's probably news out there, interviews and stuff, but it would be different having coffee with these people, I don't know.
Still be interested.
Sure. All right. The next question that we received was, if you won 10 million tomorrow, what would you spend it on? $10 million, Canadian dollars.
Okay, spend it on. So after I clear all my debt, give who should get, I would spend it on house.
You'd buy a house?
Buy and sell house.
Also
buy like all houses, renovate them and sell them.
Nice. You and my dad would get along really well. You will definitely get along really well.
Yeah.
It's good business, right? With real estate.
Very good business.
Good investment. Okay. 10 million, eh? True, after paying off whatever needs to be paid off, whoever you want to give and share it with, investing is definitely
key. And it's also flipping. It's house flipping. Yeah. So if you buy one house, for example, you buy it for 500 or even so 300, for example. 300. You do a little renovate on it. You can get 600, 500 for it. That's good. You don't even have to touch nothing more out of that 10 million.
True, because you get it back.
What you make of the house you just bought, you can use it to buy a next one. The money keep flip until it reach.
Just keep making money.
Yep.
So your money keeps making money.
Yep. Most people do that. Buy sell a house just to flip and make money.
And now you have that huge income, right?
Yep.
So anyone out there who feels like giving Tyrone 10 million, please feel free.
I don't even want 10.
Oh, how much do you want?
Even one will start.
Well, that's true. You can't do anything. For sure, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not about the money, it's
What
how smart you use it.
Mm-hmm.
You can get 10 million and it finish and you don't see where it go.
Yeah.
And you can get 100,000
Mm-hmm.
and turn that into $1 million,
True.
10 million.
Mm-hmm. Look at you, smart man. That's just true. You have a good point. All right. The next question is, if you had to sell hot chocolate in the hottest country in the world, how would you do it?
That famous question.
Yes.
I would spice it up.
Please elaborate on this.
Yeah, I will. I would add a little spice. You know, like marshmallows, cinnamon, and egg, you know, something for it to let people need it. Because
special hot chocolate.
no matter how hot the place is, they're gonna need that hot chocolate.
Because
just like when I was going to school in Kingston, no matter how we walk in the sun at the time it's hot, we're gonna stop and buy that hot crab. Or the soup, man. And you're drinking the soup and you're sweating and you're just drinking and wiping. And, you know, even in the morning, porridge, man. The porridge is hot and you're still drinking and wiping sweat. It doesn't matter because it's nice. So you have to spice it up there.
Spice up the hot chocolate.
Yeah.
Nice. That's a good way to look at it. Becomes a need. Stops becoming a want. All right. The next question is, if you had to eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
That's easy. Curry chicken.
Just curry chicken?
And
white rice.
White rice.
True. You do like your chicken and your rice.
I do.
And you're pretty good at making it as well.
Of course.
The jerk chicken, the barbecue chicken. Chef T. That is, I don't know if you mentioned it before, things that you are good at doing or you like doing. I don't know if you mentioned cooking.
Well, I didn't mention cooking.
But I think you're good. And you're good at cooking this stuff.
Yeah, I am good at it.
So even if you just had chicken and rice, you'd mix it up, spice it up, and be able to survive.
Yeah.
All right. The next question is, what's your favorite color and what does that say about you?
Favorite color is black.
Hey, okay, black is a dark color. Why would
to
you
me, I look handsome in black.
Oh, so you look at it like what you look nice in.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, not only what I love black because I look nice in black, so I'm gonna love that color.
Oh. So because you're gonna look fire in black, that's gonna be your favorite color.
Yeah.
I thought it was burgundy.
No.
I don't know. Maybe I just
need to get your homework done.
I do. But that's a favorite color. I should be fine. So we got that corrected. It's
black.
Gotcha.
Very easy.
True. Okay. Okay. The next question is, what occupation other than the one you do right now would you like to try out and why?
Real estate. Because I love construction and it has a lot to do with, well, it's close to real estate because we do a lot of houses and stuff. So I have a passion for real estate.
Okay. So you'd want to try out real estate?
Yeah, I would. I
would like to try out interior designing.
Nice.
Because I already do graphic design. I already have an eye for design. It's something I've been actually thinking of going to school for. But I don't know. I don't know if I've just been scared or but interior designing is something I've also wanted to look into doing. We could be a good team. Who knows?
Yeah, we will.
We definitely will. I mean, like career wise. But okay, so real estate. Interesting. All right. The next question is, what's one question you wish I had asked you? that I didn't ask you?
Uh, my big proudest accomplishment is coming to Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and meeting my wife, my fiance. I keep on saying wife, my
Oh, that's
fiance.
good. Proclaiming the
Yeah,
future.
yeah. Those are because it's very hard to come here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a hustle to come to Canada,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm here, and I'm doing great.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a fiance.
That is true. Coming to Canada is difficult because I was talking to one of my Canadian friends and I was explaining to them the process for some of us to be here. It is expensive and it is work.
It is.
Yeah. And I appreciate the compliment.
You're welcome.
All right. The next question, and I think it's the final one. No, there's two more. One more. What advice do you give young men that are trying to talk to or pursue a woman with a strong personality, or a firstborn, or somebody that's out there than they are?
What advice I would give to
Mm-hmm.
them? Uh, be their self.
Mm-hmm.
They can be intimidating, and you will lose confidence.
Oh man, really?
Also, she will call you out on your bullshit. So, as I said, be yourself. So you gotta be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they are picky because I know them have the money, educated, so they are picky. Yeah, so a strong woman knows her worth, and she will only choose a man that adds to her life.
Okay, so they should come ready.
Mhm. They should. Yeah, so you have to be smart, speak your mind. Also, you have to have goals and dream
Mm-hmm.
because I can guarantee you that a strong woman will have goals and dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Also, don't look down on her or treat her as anything less than equal.
Mm-hmm.
This is not, I guess, a 1960 or 70.
Mm-hmm.
So you support her from the sideline. Whenever a strong woman is aiming to achieve in life, make sure you support her
Mm-hmm.
and encourage her 100%, even
Mm-hmm.
110.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is true. I do appreciate. You've been really supportive with my photography journey. Like on my birthday, you bought me like the photography lights. They're very expensive, but you supported me on that front. So that is true. Having somebody that is supportive, especially for women like us who are, we achieve this. We're trying to do this, do a podcast, whatnot.
Yeah, true.
Being supportive is really helpful. And I appreciate for being my number one listenership, listening to all my episodes. That's some good advice. So yeah. The last question, usually I ask this anyways when my podcast is, do you have any questions for me or a
Mm,
question for me?
yeah, I do. What's your biggest fear?
Okay, that's a good question. Um, I think my biggest fear is losing a loved one. I'm so afraid of that, and I wouldn't wish it on my biggest enemy. But yeah, that's I think my biggest fear for now.
Okay. What motivates you to work hard?
Um, I think how much I value my future
Mm-hmm.
and the expectations I have of myself is what pushes me to to do the things I do.
Yeah. To me, I just don't want to be a failure.
True. That also is something that
It's
should,
just
yeah, that also motivates me for sure. Also just also looking at it from a future perspective. If when the children come, there is also that making sure your kids are alive and
mm-hmm.
healthy, and also being a good person in the community just motivates me to want to
True.
be
A
better.
leader.
Yeah.
What makes you really angry?
A couple things, but the most thing that puts me out is disrespect. When somebody tries to put me down or undermine me or like make me feel dumb, oh, that makes me angry. Things like I don't know, just being in a position where somebody is sees me as less than, that makes me so angry, because it's a hassle for us to have been where we are. For me to be where I am as a woman, it's a hassle. So it really, really puts me in the wrong place when somebody disrespects me, or because it's something I really don't like disrespecting people. So when somebody does it back to me, I don't even do it. I can't do it because the way we were raised back at home in Uganda, our culture, respect is key. Respect is literally number one. There are certain, like, we can't call our parents by their names. The firstborn, actually, that you don't call them by their name. Like Hildegard and Karen, they would not refer to me as Alice Mary.
Yeah.
There's a special name for your big sister. Yeah. So I think growing up with that, the element of respect has ingrained in me that when somebody tries to disrespect me because I would not disrespect you, it annoys me.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's right now. That's one thing I can think of. Any other questions? You came ready with questions for me.
Other question. What would you change about yourself if you could?
Physically, anything at all. I don't know. I feel like in life, I wouldn't want to change my experiences because they make me who I am. They've made me who I am. So I don't think I would like to change those. As a female, there's always something you'd want to change on your body. But I feel like I'm good enough. maybe I'd probably get braces.
Yeah, you don't like teeth?
Well, I did, like, I did suck my finger growing up, my thumb, which ended up pushing my teeth up front, but it's expensive. Yeah, so that's not something in the near future, but that's pretty much all I can think of, and that's very, I don't know, vain. But I don't want to say I want to change anything for sure. I just want to be a better version of myself emotionally, mentally, spiritually. But that's it.
Okay, that was the last one.
That's it? Oh, you've asked me the most questions all.
I'm sorry.
all season, but that's good. I'm glad you did take the time to ask me those questions. Appreciate you being a surprise guest. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with me. I appreciate you. I appreciate your support. For those out there who'd like to get in touch with you, you did say you are in construction, do taping. Is there any way they can get in touch with you?
Oh, yeah, you can just contact Alice Mary. And she will pass on the info.
That's true. I will definitely. For those out there looking for anyone doing construction, taping.
Yeah.
Taping.
Yeah, taping.
Exactly.
Drywall taping.
Drywall taping, my bad. Please feel free to contact me, and I'll definitely pass on the information. We wouldn't mind having some more work because we are a very hardworking man here.
Yeah, I am.
All right. Thank you so much for being on the podcast. We will be taking a break as we put together season 2 of She First. Once again, thank you so much to everybody who has been listening in religiously, sending comments, feedback. Please stay tuned for some amazing conversations in season 2. We'll have some guests from Uganda that will be on here. So I'm excited. Thank you so much, and God bless.